Hello and welcome to this X-Wing Battle League game that sees the Most Wanted crew taking on Han Solo. Most Wanted to the home team today, and they have Kavil in the Y-Wing with blaster turret. They have a Black Sun soldier completely fully naked, no upgrades, and Ndru with Lone Wolf. Han is in the YT 1300, he has the Millennium Falcon upgrade, he has engine upgrade, C-3PO, crack shot and gunner. The Most Wanted team get to roll for asteroids, and they have rolled a 6, and they are going to stick with the 6. So here is asteroid deployment. Asteroids are of course drawn at random and then placed on the board in strategic places. For the Most Wanted crew, they have set up just here with the asteroids straight in front of them, and Han is set up just to the left of the asteroids. So it's time to play the game. Dials are placed, the Black Sun soldier goes first and he goes 4 forwards. That takes him to there and he focuses for his action. Kavil and Ndru are up next. Ndru goes 4 forwards and Kavil goes 3 forwards. They move to there and both focus for their actions. Han moves last and Han is doing a soft bank to the 3 left. That takes Han to there and he boosts for his action. Han shoots first. He's shooting at Ndru at range 3. He's also shooting straight through an asteroid. Han gets 3 attacks. He rolls a hit, a focus and a blank. He's going to use his ability and re-roll that. He gets 2 hits and a blank. Ndru gets 4 dice because of the range 3 bonus and the asteroid. Ndru rolls 1 evade, 1 focus and 2 blanks. He's going to expend his focus token to turn that into an evade, and so no damage is taken. So Han gets to re-roll with gunner and it starts off again. This time he rolls 2 hits and a critical. Ndru gets 4 evade dice. He rolls 2 blanks and 2 focuses. So 2 hits go through normally and remove both his shields, and then he has a critical hit, which is injured pilot. All players must ignore your pilot ability and all your upgrade cards. So everything is gone and he's down to 1 hull point. So Ndru is up next to shoot. Kavil isn't in range, so can't. Ndru is shooting at Han. He gets 2 shots at range 3 and he rolls a blank and a focus. So the Black Sun soldier is up to shoot next. He's shooting Han, range 3, then through an asteroid. He gets 2 focuses on his roll, so he expends his focus token to turn those to hits. Han gets 3 evade dice and he says 1 on C-3PO. He gets 1, so gets 1 extra evade and no damage is taken. So this is what the board looks like at the end of the round, and Ndru is almost dead. He has a critical on him and he has no shields and 1 hull point remaining. No other damage was taken, so it's on to the next round. The Black Sun soldier is up next and he is doing a soft bank to the 2 right. On the narrowest of margins he misses the asteroid and so focuses for his action. Kavil and Ndru are up next. Ndru is doing a soft bank to the 1 right and Kavil is doing a soft bank 3 right. That takes them both to there and they both focus for their actions. Han moves last, and Han is doing a soft bank to the 1 left. So he moves to there and he focuses for his action. So Han is shooting at the Black Sun soldier at range 1. He gets 4 attacks. He rolls 2 hits, a focus and a blank. He's going to re-roll that with his ability. And instead, he rolls 2 hits, a critical and a blank. The Black Sun soldier gets 2 evade dice and he rolls 2 blanks. So the Black Sun soldier takes 2 shots against his shields, he loses both his shields, then takes a critical hit, and it's a direct hit. It counts as 2 damage against his hull, so the Black Sun soldier is removed from play. Ndru is up next to shoot. He's shooting at Han at range 1. He gets 3 attack dice. And he rolls 3 focuses, so he will expend his focus token to turn all those into hits. Han gets 1 evade dice. He says 0 with C3PO, and he gets 0, so he gets 1 evade. So 2 hits go through against Han, and he loses 2 shields. He's now down to 3 shields. Kavil's shooting next. He's shooting at Han at range 1. He expends his focus token to use his blaster turret. That gives him 4 attacks with his ability. He rolls 2 hits and a critical. Han gets 1 evade, and he doesn't have C3PO, but he gets 1 evade. So 2 hits go through, and Han loses another 2 shields. He's now down to his last remaining shield. It's the end of the round, and this is where everyone is positioned. Han has lost 4 shields, and Han also took out the Black Sun soldier completely. So Kavil is left with 1 hull. No, Ndru is left with 1 hull, and that's it. And Kavil is with his 3 shields and 5 hull. Han has 1 shield and 8 hull. So it's on to the next round. Dials are placed, and Kavil and Ndru go first. Ndru is doing a straight 1 forwards, and Kavil is doing a hard 2 to the left. That takes them both to there, and they both focus for their actions. Han, meanwhile, does a soft bank to the 1 right. So Han doesn't complete the move, and he smacks straight into Kavil, so he gets to perform no actions, and they can't shoot each other. So Han shoots at Ndru at range 1. He's got 4 attack dice. He gets 3 hits and a blank. Ndru gets 2 evade dice. He gets 1 evade and a focus. He's going to expend his focus token, but 1 hit still gets through. Ndru suffers a hit. He only had 1 hull point remaining, so he is removed from play. So it's the end of the round. Kavil can't shoot because him and Han are touching. Damage taken that round. Han managed to kill off Ndru, and he received no damage in the process, so it's on to the next round. It's the start of another round. Kavil is up first, and Kavil is doing a soft bank to the 3 left. That takes Kavil to there, and he focuses for his action. Han moves last, and Han is doing a hard bank to the 1 right. Han moves to there and focuses for his action. Han is shooting Kavil at range 2. He gets 3 shots. He rolls a critical, a blank and a focus, he's going to re-roll that using his ability. And instead he gets a hit, a critical and a blank. Kavil gets 1 evade dice and he rolls a focus, but he's not going to expend his focus token. So 2 hits go through and Kavil is now down to 1 shield. Kavil shoots back at Han at range 2. He gets 4 attacks because he's expended his focus token and uses the blaster turret. He rolls 1 critical, a blank and 2 focuses. Han gets 1 evade dice and he says 0 on C3PO and he misses, so gets his evade. It's the end of another round and Han received no damage from Kavil, but Han took out 2 of Kavil's shields, so Kavil is now down to 1 shield. It's on to the next round. We're on to the next round. Kavil goes first and he is doing a soft bank to the 3 left. He moves to there and focuses for his action. Han is doing a hard bank to the 2 right. Han moves to there and also focuses for his action. Han is shooting at Kavil at range 2 through an asteroid. He gets 3 attacks. He rolls 2 hits and a focus, so he will expend his focus token to turn that into another hit. Kavil gets 2 evade dice for the asteroid. He rolls 1 evade and a blank. 2 shots go through. Kavil loses his last remaining shield and also takes 1 hull point damage, so he's now down to 4 hull points. Kavil shoots back at Han at range 2 and through the asteroid. He gets 4 shots because he's expended his focus token to use his blaster turret. Kavil rolls a blank, a hit, a focus and a critical. Han gets 2 evade dice and he says 1 on C3PO, but he gets 2 evades. It's the end of another round. Kavil is down to 4 hull points after losing his last shield and taking 1 damage, and Han is still on 8 hull points and 1 shield. He received no damage that round, so it's on to the next one. It's on to the next round. Kavil goes first and Kavil is doing a soft bank to the 2 right. That takes him to there and he focuses for his action. Han moves next and Han is just going 4 straight forwards. That takes Han to there and he's gone straight through an asteroid, so can't perform an action and has to roll a test. It is a critical hit. Han loses the last of his shields with that hit. Han shoots first, shooting at Kavil at range 1. He gets 4 hits. He rolls 2 hits, a blank and a critical. Kavil gets 1 evade dice and gets 1 evade. So 2 shots go through. 1 is a normal damage and the other is a critical. It is weapons malfunction. Reduce your primary weapon value by 1 to a minimum of 0, and that doesn't really affect Kavil because he uses secondary weapons all the while. Kavil shoots back at Han, expends his focus token, so the blaster turret, he gets 4 attacks. He rolls 2 hits, a critical and a focus. Han gets 1 evade and he's getting 1 with C3PO, but it's a blank, so gets nothing. So 2 normal hits go through on Han's hull, and a critical does as well, and he has structural damage. His agility is reduced to 0, so he can't use C-3PO anymore. So it's the end of another round, and Kavil is now down to 2 hull points. He also has weapons malfunction critical, but that doesn't really affect him. Han is down to 5 hull points, and he has structural damage, so he basically gets no evades. And with that said, it's on to the next round. It's on to the next round. Kavil goes first, and he's doing a soft bank to the 1 right. That takes him to there, and he focuses for his action. Han is going 4 straight forwards. Han goes through an asteroid, so doesn't get to perform an action and has to take a test. And it is 1 normal hit. So Han receives 1 more hull point damage, and he's now down to 4 hull points. Han is shooting at Kavil at range 1. He gets 4 hits. And he gets 1 hit, a focus, and 2 blanks, so he's going to re-roll that. This time he gets a hit, a critical, a blank, and a focus. Kavil gets 1 evade, and he does get 1. So a critical hit goes through, and it's damage engines. All hard right or left manoeuvres are red manoeuvres. Kavil is now down to 1 hull point. Kavil expends his focus token to use his blaster turret. He doesn't get his ability because he's within his firing arc, so he gets 3 attack dice, and he rolls 3 hits. So Han takes 3 hits, and he couldn't roll any agility because of his structural damage. So he's on 7 damage now. He has 1 hull point remaining. It's the end of the round, and that was a pretty nasty round for both of them. Kavil can't do any hard left or right manoeuvres, and he's down to 1 hull point. And Han can't evade anything, and he's now down to 1 hull point as well. It's on to the next round. It's on to the next round, and Kavil is doing a soft bank to the 1 left. That takes him to there, and he focuses for his actions. Han, meanwhile, does a hard bank to the 1 right. For his actions, Han is going to evade. Han shoots at Kavil at range 2. He gets 3 attack dice. He rolls a hit, a critical, and a blank. Sorry, that's a hit, a critical, and a focus. But Kavil gets 1 evade, and he rolls a focus, and there's nothing he can do anyway. Even if Kavil used his focus token to turn that into evade, the critical would have still gone through, and it would have still done damage. He only had 1 hull point remaining, so it was a good fight, Kavil. But unfortunately, you're removed from play, and Han wins again. It seems like a recurring theme, but Han Solo has beaten the most wanted crew yet again, and what a match that was. Oh dear, losing both the Black Sun Soldier and Ndru really cost him, because they lost him really early. Kavil basically took out Han near enough on his own, and if either one of them two was still alive and had still got some shots in, then it probably would have been a different game, since Han had only 1 hull point remaining. Ah dear, that was a good fight and a good comeback from Kavil there, but still not enough to tackle the Goliath. Han is a monster, and he has won yet again. So that's it for this game. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.